Do you see spirit? No, but I know spirit. I don't see. I'm not a seer. I'm a knower. I'm a knower. So when my spirit, my ancestors, and they just talk to me, and I just hear. We just communicate like that. I don't have to see them. When we're talking about a wayward ghost or a lost, which is basically a lost human spirit who died, but they were so attached to this reality that they became lost on the other side because they became too attached to the physical reality. I've run into those from time to time, and it's usually them asking for help. They're lost. Energy of Flow and I have just recently done one where spirit came by and was lost. Because the spirit sees you. They see you and they know who you are. They know if you know who you are. They know that your energy field has a resume of what you are capable of and who you are. They can't see completely who I am. But they can see enough to know that I'm a benevolent being, and if they ask for my help, they'll get it. So, and those who are not benevolent, they can't stand in my energy. And that's the way it needs to be for every single human being, every single one of you. If they want to come along and do some trash and put stuff in your aura, you are it's such that they can't even stand in your space. And you do that by working on yourself. And you get there. When do you know you're there? When you fall in love with being in the body and you understand the sacred nature of this temple and the space that is within you. The space, that's the key. The space is also known as ether. Ether is also known as space. So when people say, I go up into the ethers are this, the ethers are you. Right? So when you understand the sacred nature of the space, the sacred nature of your yoni is a big part of that, then you get to the point where you cannot be messed with. And the only thing that you have to be concerned with is you being your own worst enemy. So let's get the questions going, because I did say this is a Q&A. Karina, will Oscar and I reconcile our relationship soon? Karina, I don't answer those questions because you know yourself and you know Oscar. Why are you asking me? No, I don't do that kind of stuff because I'm going to spend a second on that for everyone else here, even if Karina is not here. You can wake up the next morning and have a different idea and everything I say is out the window. You're the one that's in control of your future, and do not allow anyone to tell you your future. You need to get control of yourself. And if you're asking about Oscar and you reconciling, you need to find out what it is that is within you that requires an Oscar or anything else outside of you. Because clearly there are problems that need to be dealt with, which someone like me cannot consider in any readings. This is one of the main reasons I don't do readings on here anymore. Do you use crystals? Yeah, I'm wearing a chariot right now. I do. Are you here, ADHD numpty? Yes, I use crystals. I use crystals, but I don't need crystals. That's the difference. How does one be more in tune with spirit? But I sense spirit, but cannot communicate with words. The first thing you need to do, I'm going to give you 3 things. 2 or 3? 3 things. The first thing you need to do is start speaking with yourself. You need to start communicating with yourself. Actually talking to yourself. This is an answer I give often. And ask for what you need to do to clear up whatever it is between you and your higher self. When you say spirit, this should be your higher self. and ask for guidance on what it is that you need to do to clear that up so that you can hear Spirit clearly and communicate with Spirit clearly. Have that conversation every day. Right? And then when the answer comes of the things that you need to do, then you simply take the steps and you do them. Simply take the steps and you do them. Right? That's the first thing. So that clarification needs to be made. That communication link needs to be clear. In the profile, you hit the link, and there's a higher self-guided meditation there that you can buy, and it is a great first step in doing that. Okay, because the best thing to get that to get yourself to really be one with Spirit is to begin to know more about yourself and get rid of any belief systems that are between you and your higher self. The third thing that you need to do is to develop a meditative practice and learn to meditate properly. Right? Learn to meditate properly. In our new community, we're going to have a class on how to meditate properly. All right, folks. Today we released our newsletter. So it's in your inboxes right now. Make sure you check your spam. And in the newsletter, we gave detail on the community that we're building for all of us. All the details are there, and we're going to release. We have the new date. It's going to be September the 15th. That's when we'll have it all done, and it's going to be wonderful. So September the 15th, it comes out. Check your emails to see the details of what's going to be offered at the very beginning, and so that you can have an idea of what it's all about. So on September the 15th is when we're going to have the release. And we want to thank you for your patience, by the way. We want to thank you for your patience and support in that.
And those that haven't sent us an email and want the newsletter, just send us an email or subscribe.
Oh yeah. And if you wanna get those details, just subscribe to our newsletter. You just go to the link in the profile link in the profile. Click that and right at the top. It takes about 10-15 seconds. If for some reason some people have issues doing that, just DM me. And when you DM me, just have your name and email. Don't forget to put that in, because I've had some people DM me and they didn't put their name and email. So just put your name and email, and we'll get that out to you. Fantastic. How do I know if my ancestors are with me? I was informed they turned their back on my family. There's no such thing as your ancestors turning their back on your family. Whoever that information came from, you need to just throw that in the trash can, because that's a fraud. Okay, Kendake, that is a fraud. There is no such thing as your ancestors turning their back on you. That is the stuff that comes from the old ways of doing things, when information like that was used to get you to spend money. So what you need to do is, they're your ancestors, so you need to face them and ask them and start speaking to them. And that there is something, because there could be things in your ancestry that's creating blockages between you and your ancestors. Yes, that is possible. So the same advice I gave earlier is what you need to do. You need to start talking to your ancestors. Because they haven't turned, I can tell you this, I can guarantee you this. They have not turned their backs on you. And whoever that person is, you should cut yourself away from them if you're still have any kind of relationship with this informant. Because that person is not working in your best interest. Simply start speaking with your ancestors. And even if you don't hear anything, you don't experience anything, don't judge what's in front of you. You keep doing it. And then you sit there and you, as you go through life, be mindfully aware. Look around for communication. Because you might be communicated with in ways that you might not imagine. That you might not even imagine. I recommend that you do ancestral healing, and the course right on the bottom that I created, where I give you my entire strategy on how to heal your ancestry, because that's the job of the living, because they came down here with us from the realm of the divine, and they went through many experiences just like we have. And so you want to cleanse that, because you are also a part of that. So when someone tells you that your ancestors have turned their back on you, you are also an ancestor. Have you turned your back on yourself? You are in the living, and you're also an ancestor. Are all ancestors positive in our highest good? All ancestors in their core, yes, are. But some of them have lost, some of them are lost, and some of them need our help. Because you see, when we all came down here for an experience, and your spiritual team is your ancestors. So they play a role and you play a role. The role that has to be played first is you must cleanse that ancestral bloodline. Course is sitting right there for what I call a song and a prayer. And if you have not done the work of cleansing your ancestors, you want to do it, your ancestry, because it is one of the great works you can do in this life. Right? So when you do that ancestral work, you remove all of the energies, all of the situations throughout your entire time, throughout many lifetimes, that may even now be playing out negatively in your life at this point. Do not be angry at your ancestors, because if you can look back there, you'll find yourself sitting right in the middle of them. 99% of your ancestors are the salt of the earth. Because if they weren't, we wouldn't exist here today. Humanity would have been wiped out a long time ago. It is your ancestors, most of which are great, fantastic people, who are responsible for us being able to exist in today. So it's not much to ask for to help out the few that need your help. Because the majority that are great, that are for you, that are your biggest cheerleader, that are helping you, that help you, no matter, even if you don't even remember them, they still help you because they hold no grudges. Those, they will help you clean up the bloodline as well. But it must start with you doing something. Get the course down there if you're really serious about doing this kind of work, because it is going to benefit you in ways that you could never imagine. How does one fully integrate their authentic self into day-to-day consciously? That's a really good question, Jessica. Very good question. I sense that question comes in because when you are your authentic self, there's some resistance. There's some resistance from the outside. So here's how you do that. You are who you are. And you need to be authentic when no one's watching. And the same when other people are, when you're in a crowd. And do not bend to the whims, ideas, and craziness going on in other people's heads. Because let me tell you this. 5 minutes after you leave their presence, they're not even thinking about you. So why in heaven's name would you even give them that much power? All right? I think I answered that question about ancestors already. Right? So you live your authentic self. Now, there are times when you may purposely wear a mask. And this is important because we don't want to be stupid. Right? My dad, I'll give you my story. My dad is almost 80 years old. He's a Pentecostal minister. So when I talk to my dad, I'm not walking around with a Bible because that's not authentically me. And I'm not using the phrases that he uses, the biblical phrases and things that people use. I don't do any of that. I simply address them as my dad with respect, and I don't bring to him what I do. Why? Because that would upset him tremendously and deeply. And he's 80. He's on the tail end of his life. Let him be. So I don't talk about spiritual awakening or anything of that nature. Am I being inauthentic? No. Because I'm not bringing to him anything that I'm not. I'm just saying there's certain things that it's just not a good idea to bring up in front of him. Am I afraid of my dad? No. No, it's just sensible. He is not going to change. Right? He's still going to be quoting the Bible every other sentence. Do I want to get involved with that kind of conversation? No, I don't. So in certain situations, I wear a mask because that's the best way to be. That's the best way to be. And it doesn't mean you're not being authentic. Right? So you just be yourself consciously. And the way you bring that out more is by building the relationship between you and your higher self, you and your ancestors, and you and your inner child. And your focus is that. And as you transform, that's who you become, and you don't have to think about being authentic. You just be who you are. Nothing to think about. You just be who you are. And because you're working from a position and a space that is from within, whatever you've worked on within, whatever you've cleared and taken care of and addressed within, will simply shine out without you even having to do anything. Without any effort. Because you see, when you're authentic, it's no effort. It's when you're faking it, then you gotta remember this and do that and da-da-da-da-da-da. That's when it becomes an effort. But when you're being authentic, it's easy. You're just being you. And if you get any blowback, you simply say to wherever the blowback is coming from, I'm under no obligations to fulfill the nonsense that you think is me that's going on in your head. I am not a representation of what's going on in your head. I'm not even a representation of who you think I am. That is your thing. That is you that's going on in there, not me. Because what someone sees and what somebody thinks about you, whether it's good or bad, is an interpretation. It's them. It's their interpretation. It's their picture. Nothing to do with you. Speak to the benevolent ones. Very good recommendation, Miss Tama. Miss Tama. For those with the ancestor questions, you simply ask to speak with the benevolent ones until the day comes that you cleanse the bloodline, and then they all become benevolent. Right? Until they all become benevolent. So this answers Miss K's question again, and I think someone else who asked earlier. Florida 444. Yes, I love your coaching, Papa G. Thank you for your existence and wisdom. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Kind words there, Florida. Yeah, you're actually being authentic. Ms. Tom, I think you're talking about the situation with my dad, right? Yeah, I'm being authentic. I'm just not just throwing everything in his face, because I know then if it goes against his Bible, he's going to have a hard time sleeping at night. You know? Why do that? There's no progress, and there's really no benevolence in doing that. You know, because there's a point where you give people what they can handle, and you don't want to throw stuff on them because it's the truth. And then they're twisted in a knot in a bunch because of the truth, and it doesn't lead them to become better or to move up another level. If what you say is not going to assist someone, don't say it, even if it's the truth. Do you believe in spiritual healing or sickness for sickness? Yeah, I do it all the time, Elle. Heal people all the time. It's not a belief. It's an actual fact, and it's actually part of my experience, including healing myself. That's an easy one. I appreciate your practical advice. You're welcome, Miss K. Thank you. Yeah. Happens all the time. Do you know, speaking of healing, do you know when they make pharmaceutical drugs, they do tests? Do you know that I can't believe I don't remember this word. It's very common. Placebo. Thank you, Miss Tama. I couldn't think of the word. Placebo. The placebo effect is actually the body healing itself because the person's belief changed. They believed they were getting a cure, so therefore they were cured. That is simply the body's mechanism and healing frequencies kicking in and curing the person. So that can only happen when we believe. I'll add something else. When a doctor prescribes a medication, if that doctor does not believe that medication is worth, these are tests that were conducted, that if the doctor believes that the medication will not work, it is often not going to work for the patient. That is the power of your mind. And when they do the trials, if the placebo effect is not present, they don't release it. They are very, very, very conscious of that placebo effect. That's why they do it. There is a problem if the placebo effect does not work. Even if the medication or the actual drug works, they are going back to the boardroom because the placebo effect is a part of their bottom line. That's right. Those same people that tell you it's all in your head and none of this exists, spirituality, yeah. They're very much aware of your healing abilities because it's a part of every clinical trial. You're dreading going under the knife. Whatever you need to do, please, breathing in, breathing out, whatever you need to do to get over that, I recommend you do it because it will. I'm not gonna put anything on you, but it'll heighten the success rate of your surgery. Let's put it that way. Again, we have sent out our newsletter and the new date. And in that newsletter, we have details of what's going to be in our spiritual community. And we're going to continue to update you. So if you're interested in joining our spiritual community, where we can get into things even deeper than in here, just go to the profile page and fill out, just put your name and your email to participate in getting our newsletters about different things and also different things that we're offering and all that. And also, if you're interested in spiritual coaching and mentoring, you can do the same. Just drop us an email, and we will go through and do a free discovery call with you. Oh, it is true, Miss Donna. True. You used to work in clinical trials. Fantastic. The placebo effect is important to the results, isn't it? All right. I'm always happy when someone can validate it, so you don't think I'm just talking. But then you can always, with the press of a button after the live, you can always go check to see if what I'm saying is true. Do you mean keep trying home remedies? No, I don't mean that. I mean that if you do get a surgery, lift that fear away from it so that it increases your odds. And also, yes, keep doing those home remedies as well. I don't know what condition you have, so I can't speak to it in any kind of detail. Oh, my right knee. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. You did say it. My right knee needs to be replaced. I had shot, acupuncture, and no relief. Oh, so you need knee replacement. Okay. So, yeah, if you do need to go on the get that knee replaced, if you can shift the energy of how you feel about it, please do that. It increases the chances of things going well. Also, I'm just going to tell you, look up and see what you get and how you feel and what comes to you as you look this up. Look up spiritual reasoning for knee issues. I actually have a book on that. I don't remember where it's at. Thank you, Epic Winston. Thank you again. And I want to just shout you out in front of everyone. Thank you for the donations as well, Epic Winston. I really appreciate that. I was humbled by your kindness and generosity. Shout out to Epic Winston. No. See, this is where you listen to your own intuition over someone else coming from the outside. They're just repeating something that they heard or read somewhere. See, and you would know if that applies to you. And I have a feeling it doesn't. There are other reasons as well. Just look that up. Okay. Oh, she's here. She's like, thank you. She's here. She's walking through the room right now. She's in the live. Are you in the live?
Yeah.
Well, breathing
I'm
in, breathing out. Ask
I
you.
just released a butterfly.
Oh, you should tell them. You don't have to come into the camera. What you just did is cool.
Oh, I was out in the yard releasing one of our monarchs butterflies that hatched yesterday.
Did he fly away this time?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So just to fill in, she just went outside. We you know, the monarchs are endangered, and she loves butterflies. So we decided to, you know, take it in our own hands to raise monarch butterflies. So we are in San Diego, California. This is one of the places they come to in the summer. They love it here. And so we have raised, we got the milkweed, which we now could get, and we've been raising them, and then we just let them go. Now this set is going down to Mexico.
Yeah, this is the migration set.
This is the migration set, because their lifespan is 2 to 6 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. 2 to 6 weeks, and then the last set that go through chrysalis and hatch occur in August, right? And then August and early September, that last batch is the ones that go to Mexico, and they winter there, and then they come back the next season, and the cycle starts all over again. Yeah, we love butterflies. Thank you again, Epic Winston, for the 22. Thank you again. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Energy Flow just showed it to me. I always feel honored when they stop at my garden. Oh yeah, we love them.
This is a male. This one.
This is male. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we've hatched like what? 21 now, I think.
Yeah.
We've hatched like 21.
And we've got another 20 chrysalises right now.
Yeah, 18 survived. Mm-hmm. 16 females and 2 males. Breathing in, breathing out, said hello, babe.
Oh, hi. Hello.
All right. Yeah, today we're gonna end it in a few minutes. I'm not going to do a guided contemplation today. We'll just keep. We've got about till 11:30. It's 11:22 right now. We'll keep going for another 8 or so minutes, answering your questions. Thank you, Elonelli. Thank you for being here. So we talked a bit about ancestors, how they're at their core, every ancestor is a benevolent being, because they are all aspects of you. And if you're benevolent in any way, every single one of them are. But some of them are, you have categories. You've got, and in the course I go through all of this, all your different ancestors, even the ones that are not human. Some of them lost their way down here, right? Because this is a tough reality. But you don't have to give them up to the other side. You simply do the work, the ancestral work, right? And I have created a series that lays out all my strategies, sitting down here, available for you to purchase there at down below next to the star with the circle around it, where you can get that course and every step is laid out, because you want those ancestors all to be with you, because you all came down here together as spirits, as a team, as a soul group. And when it's up to us to bring them back. Imagine, I'm going to tell a quick story. Imagine you and a bunch of friends going to the forest, right? And you go in there to, you just go in there to explore. And you go in there mushroom hunting. Let's just do that, because people do that. Here in San Diego, people go mushroom hunting. As a group of you, you go out, you do mushroom hunting, you're all having a good time, you're all, exploring the forest, enjoying nature. And then a group of you say, let's just divide this up. We're going to go this way, you go that way, you go that way, and then we're all going to meet over here at this time, so that we can all share what we found, and then go off and maybe go to a restaurant, enjoy it, and have conversation and enjoy all the stuff that we discovered in the forest. Lo and behold, it's time for you to meet at that spot that you all chose, and there's a few of you missing. There are a few people missing. Now, in the group, there are some experts that know that forest inside and out. So you could go back, or you could get help to go find the other two. Or 2 or 3 are the ones that are missing. But instead of doing that, you go, screw them. That's what they get for getting lost. That's what some of us do. Would you actually do that? And then the other scenario is we go, oh, we got to help them. We got to help them. We got to go get them. We got to go get some help, and we got to go find them, because they need us, and we all came here together, and we promised that we'd be here for each other if something happens in this forest. So we got to go back and rescue them. That's Uncle Tim that's in that forest. Know all the stuff he did for us when we were younger? And we're going to leave him? No, we're not leaving him. We're getting some help. We're going to go help him. We're going to rescue him. We're going to bring him back. That's what's going on with your ancestors. That's what's going on with your ancestors that are lost, that need to be cleansed and healed from what happened to them in this reality. Take them away from those who have them in captivity. You must see it that way. Do not look at them as your enemies, the ones that have sold you out and all this other stuff. All of that may be true, but they were lost. And you can go back and get them. And now you don't have to worry about benevolent or malevolent or ancestors that are doing something, because you went in there and cleaned up the mess. Because that's what you said you'd do. And now it's all here and a possibility for you to do so. And when they come back, you're going to greet them like when you find Uncle Tim in that forest, and maybe he sprained his ankle and he couldn't walk. He got hurt. Something happened to him. one on the other side, one on one shoulder, and you both bring Uncle Tim out. You heal him up, and now you all celebrate. And Uncle Tim has some stories and some knowledge from his experience that he now brings to the group. That's what happens when you go back and cleanse your bloodline and help that ancestor. All right, we're coming towards the tail end here. Any Hertz recommendation? Yes, all of them. No, I'll give you some specifics. What he means, what that question's about is frequencies, musical frequencies. I recommend, because this is better for me to give you than to. That's right. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. This is better to recommend for you than to give you the answers, because you'll forget it right after we get off here. 432 is the frequency of nature. So you play 432 in your house, frequency of nature. And that frequency will bring that there. Talk about bringing peace into your life. Music, sound is a very powerful thing. Sound has a higher frequency than light, by the way. You can heal with sound. You can do anything with sound. Next is 528, which is the frequency of love. You can play that. That's very healing. And then there's a specific frequencies. There are specific frequencies for certain things. And what I want you to do is, I'm going to give you a second. If you don't have a pen and you don't have a paper to write down, run, go get one. Okay, I'm going to give you guys just a few seconds. That way you can get you can go to the internets and get the definition of every frequency and what it does. Sounds good? Okay. Can we prep for 19th August today? Absolutely. If you're talking about knives, if you're talking about the Lionsgate, you got all the rest of this month to really get into that energy while it's around, okay? Okay. Put in the internet the blue moon. Yes, you can. And by the way, knives, these like moon energy, new moon, 3 days before and 3 days after, that energy is still strong. Okay? Just so you know. Also, all this will be in our community coming up on September 15th. Exactly as Energy Flow says. We'll have all this stuff will be a part of our community. We'll be building it. You know, it'll come in, and as the community is going, we'll be adding things even after that. Including the voice of the community, because the community's voice is also important. Your voice is also important. So let's get to it. I want you to go to the internet, because this is going to be a very valuable thing. You can go to the internet and look up solfeggio frequencies. I might be spelling this, but even if you spell it half wrong, the internet will give it to you. SOLFEGGIO. Solfeggio frequencies. And it'll give you all of the ones, 528, 432, and what they do. You can also go to Spotify. Babe, you can also go to Spotify, and we have an All One Consciousness playlist there, which will be in the community too, by the way. I think we have to send you the link to that. And it'll have all the great frequencies too in there on Spotify, on our playlist. You're welcome, Knives. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you at least next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and next Sunday 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And sometimes we have a live in between that. We don't make any promises. That's right. Solfeggio frequencies. Look them up, and then you'll get what they are, and you can even from there look to see what they do. So if you wanna heal, and you want to do certain things, you have certain objectives, these frequencies will help you out. And you want to listen to these frequencies regularly, because everything on the radio is 440. That's a frequency that brings in a lot of craziness, right, to the mind. So, which is what everything is tuned into. Every radio station, everything you see. Yes, I can share the playlist with you. We can. I don't know how to do it here, but if you go to our newsletter, go to my profile, click the link, sign up for the newsletter, for our community, and all that stuff will be in there. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of Sunday. Solfeggio is correct spelling. Yep, you're right, Miss Tama. And until next time. See you guys soon. It's a pleasure having you. Yeah, 440. 440 has its place. 440 has its place. But maybe I'll do a live on frequencies too. Thank you, Miss K. Thank you, BMW 63. You have a beautiful day again as well, Miss Tama. Bye, you guys.